Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to look at nomenclature of unsaturated hydrocarbons. To be precise, we are going to look at cycloalkenes. So quickly, to dive into the nomenclature of cycloalkenes, we have an example of something like this. Then we have a double bond there. So remember, if we're looking at cycloalkenes, this is called cyclopropane. But when there's a double bond there, there is need for us to state the position of that particular double bond. So in this case, this will be our 1, that will be our 2, that will be carbon 3. So how do we name this particular compound? So this is 1-cyclopropene, which can also be written as cycloprop1-ene. Let's look at another example, which is a B. Now, we can take the same compound, then attach a substituent. So we know that this substituent is a methyl. So here we have a competition of a methyl and a double bond. So remember, in this case, we always give respect to a double bond when it comes to counting. So our counting will still remain the same as in A. So this will be 1, that will be 2, this will be 3. So to name this compound, we start by mentioning the position of the methyl, which is 2-methyl. Then we can say 1-cyclopropene. Let's look at more examples. Example C. Imagine a situation where we have something like this. So there's a double bond here, then we have the CH3. So how do we start counting? So here we give respect to a double bond. So there are two options here. We can say 1, 2, 3, 4. If we check the locant of this, so we have 1 plus 4, which gives us a 5, considering that this is a substituent. Alternatively, we can say this is our 1, then that becomes our 2, that's our 3, that's our 4, meaning we have 1 and we have 2. So at position number 2 we have a methyl, at position number 1 we have a double bond, which gives us a lower locant, which is a 3. So therefore the correct counting is the 1 in red. So we'll say identify the position of methyl as 2-methyl. Then we can say 1-cyclobutene, which can also be written as 2-methyl, then cyclobut1-ene. There can be a different situation. Let's look at, this was D, C, let's look at D. Um, let's look at a situation where we have this, and then we have something like this. So in terms of counting, we can start from 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that at position number 1 we have a double bond, and at position number 3 we have a double bond. So this can be referred to as cyclo but 1, 3, then dine, because we have 2 of the double bonds. Oh, you can say alternatively this can be called 1, 3 cyclo. So the name changes to butadiene. So when we're dealing with 2 double bonds, we cannot say butadiene. So the E changes to A. So it becomes butadiene, pentadiene, hexadiene, heptadiene. So we have to just be particular with the change in the A. Let's look at another example, which we're going to call as E. So we have something like this. We have a double bond here, another double bond here, then we have a CH3 there. So how do we do the counting? So we can do the counting as follows, starting from the carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when we do the locant for this, you realize that you have 1, a double bond at first position. At number 3, we have a methyl. Then at number 4, we have another double bond, which gives us 8. If we were to do the opposite again, so we start counting from here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is still be the same thing. So at position 1, we have a double bond. Position 3, we have a methyl. Then position 4. So whichever direction, still get the same answer. So this will be called, we start by mentioning the substituent, position of the substituent. So this would be 3 methyl. Then you can say cyclo. This is pent, so it's going to be cyclo pent. And then I have at 1 and 4, so dine, which can also be called 3 methyl, then 1, 4, then cyclopentadiene. So let me give you something that you can work on, and then see if you can answer. So you post CH3. So you can answer this and post the answer in the comment section. See you in the next video.